Okay, using my new camcorder for this new video, see how that works out. Gotta look at the image upside down for some dumb reason when I turn it forward. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get the conchos on the jacket in this video and get the conchos on these saddlebags I bought for my daughter's bike for Valentine's Day. It takes about 26 days from Timu sea freight and everything, but I'm gonna try to get this stuff done in this video, because I gotta get out there and put the saddlebags on the bike and the brackets, relocation bracket and everything for the turn signals, and the cat eye tail light on the back. I might try to have somebody use a 3D printer excuse me, to make that Cobra head on the Martian stock weapons, to go around the tail light and over the bracket and all that, and the wires will come out the back, and see if I can find some square corrugated tubing to approximate the stock itself. And one guy on one of the Facebook biker groups showed me this neat Martian eye thing he got for his headlight. Makes the headlight look like that Martian stock mounted TV camera thing they used in the 53 movie. I want to get one made somehow, or molded out of fiberglass. I don't know. I can do both, but I'm thinking of the 3D printer thing. Guy might be able to do it that way, and I can get it chromed someplace. A lot of chrome shops around here, and nobody does custom chrome work. I don't know why that is, but let's hit it. Okay, well, I got a problem with these conchos on the saddlebags that screw in. These studs have what looks like a torque screw on the inside, where it looks like they've been welded. The heads have been welded shut, filled in with something, I don't know. So what I will have to do is, I have two of these for the lid of each bag. I'll just punch holes with the tools I have here and here, and just screw them in. Decided to look at that today so I can finish cleaning the mess in here. Got no place to put anything in a 12 by 15 room. The dresser's going south. I got some shelves, some racks with shelves and junk to go over there. I can put a lot of stuff on there and try to get things back in the closet, so I can open up the room basically and have room for my work table there. There's the jacket I'm working on. I got to put the conchos on the back there. Okay, I used one of the Tandy leather conchos there, the slots in it, to make the marks where on the top and bottom is where I'll punch the holes for the the thong thingies. I got I got these cut in 8-inch lengths. I got a couple more 72-inch long ones I can cut from. Between that dumb thing, I can't get the conchos through that thin mesh. Got to figure that out anyway. Got marks there and there. Oh, I can't see. There it is. For the conchos on the side. And oh, I can't see. Funny screen on this thing. Anyway, I got it marked for the ones on the back. So the ones on the back here will be like reflectors. And I don't know if I can get those studs off the lid, because underneath it's smooth. I don't know if it's a rivet or they ground off a torque screw or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the other one. And then I gotta get some more super glue gel to put the conchos on these things. You glue them on like that. That'll look better. It'll match the ones down the side and on the back. I don't know if I'll put one in the center of these two or not. I don't know. I didn't do that on mine, but if I got any left besides, oh, I can't get my finger in there. 2 here and 2 here are going to be like shooting stars over the flag, which goes down about here because you got the back protector like right there. Just that mesh, I don't know. It's you cut it, it comes apart. I can't. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I can get those conchos on there because the holes are too small for the 3mm thong. Figure it out, I guess. Okay, had to make another. Oh, I can't get my finger in the frame. I had to make another mark in the middle. I made it over here instead of over here where mine is. That'll give me, I don't know, I might put the third one in. Besides the one over there. Okay. I had to go outside with them old pallets by the garage and cut another piece of this 4x4 post and all the stuff they separate the top and the bottom of the pallet with. Found a hacksaw to 18 teeth per inch so I could cut through the nails and all that shit and just get a block of wood I can use inside the saddlebags to put from like the back to the front, behind where I'm going to use the punch to make the holes to attach the conchos and all of that. That's what's been taking me so damn long. I can't find any of my saws. But yeah, put that over there by the light. Oh, this dang Chinese camera. It looks kind of dark when you're looking at it, but through the viewfinder, the screen, whatever have you, I just can't figure out how to. I gotta find the instructions to this dumb thing and see if it says anything about how you adjust the brightness on the screen to see what the camera's seeing. This thing stays charged up for months at a time though, so that's pretty good. So now I gotta dig out my table and all this stuff down here to pull the thing out and get back to work again. Trials and tribulations. That kind of says it all. Okay, I'm gonna start punching the holes with this punch I got in a set of install yourself snaps to It's a little small hollow punch to punch the holes on both ends of these notches here. I traced in these rectangular holes in the conchos there so I can lace them on. I don't have a tripod handy. I'm missing one again. To punch these holes and the ones. Okay, this is how I described I was going to punch the holes for the thongs to go in those slots in the middle of the conchos. And in the back here, got that one a little crooked. Now put one of the conchos on step by step, and I'll show you real quick again how to do that. In my previous video where I did my saddlebags, I showed how to do it. Had to spread these holes out a little farther, like you see I got here, so it doesn't tear through the material like it did on one of mine. I gotta put a concho behind it and then tie through it or something to keep it from pulling out, whatever. And then I'll show you. Okay, now you pull a thong through and leave a loop out sticking out of the front about that long, and make sure back here you've got them equal length as you go through the process of putting them. Okay, as you go through the process of putting those two through the bottom holes, pull it through the back and then shove it through these holes, and then take these. Take these two loose ends and put them back through those slots there, and then put it down through the loop. Then you'll have a half hitch that ties it on to these holes. Okay, anyway, oh, it's getting dark again outside, damn rain. Anyway, pull them through and try to keep them equal length. That's very important. And use a seal pick like this. I got a set of 4 of these at that cheapy tool shop on the corner. Sells all kind of lawn equipment and tools and stuff for cheap. These are Pittsburgh, and it's real handy for pulling on these things and pushing the ends of the thongs through the holes and stuff like that. So now I got to pull these through the loop and pull them tight and work it down snug. Don't pull too tight, you'll rip it right out like I did on my first one. Oopsie. Okay, here it is all tied up. That's about as snug as I can get it without ripping it out. I'll have to play with it a little more later. And they're about as equal length as I can get them at the moment. So I'll go through and do all these other ones, and I'll come back and show you. Okay. I got the conchos on. Incredible pain. You're trying to thread it through from the back because you got the whole thing laid over like this. And as you can see, it's pretty dark in there. It's really, really hard to see in the back to poke it through and pull it through the top of these slots here and then down through here to make a half hitch to hold it on. Oops, sorry, that's hard to see with these tiny screens, or the fact that it's sticking out on the side. You're not lined up with the lens anymore. It's as tight as I dare pull, because I poked a hole in This one up here, kind of between the holes, I had to be real careful I didn't pull it through. So now I gotta do the back, and then we can do the Indian head ones on the top and the center here. Oh, wow. Okay, as I said, I got these 3 done, and I got one on the backer from the old set of conchos, but the new set they sent me are only 1 inch. These must be about an inch and a quarter, inch and 3/8 or something. They're maybe inch and a half. I don't know. These are bigger, so now I got to stop and go order the right size if they still have them, so I can do that one down there. I can't have both sides mismatched and all that, so troubles again. Jesus. Otherwise, they're looking good. Okay, here's one of the Indian head conchos I'm going to put on top. Now, with hold on, I gotta get it. With this curvature to it, I can't draw a line on the leather around the screw post there. So I did it like that, and made these circles around there so I can punch a hole directly in the middle and then screw it on from the inside. Okay, here are the screws with the washers they give you with it. They're real short screws, so you got to hold it in with a Phillips head screwdriver from this side. All these things with one hand, and I basically had to hold it with the screwdriver from the inside, push the leather down around the screw because it's real short screw, and hold on to these and with the screwdriver on the back and start it on there so I could use the screwdriver to tighten them down. It's pretty close. It looks pretty good, I think. I still am waiting for 2 more packs of these 1 1/4 inch star conchos from Tandy Leather on Amazon, so I can finish that one down there, and then I'll have this bag done. Okay, I got them finished. Gotta get that one down beside there. I got it just a tiny hair that way too far. It's just hard to get enough light here. It's just raining all freaking day around here. I like to take Mother Nature and wail on her ass. Tired of constant rain and cold all day. You get a couple hours from sundown and it finally warms up. But anywho, got that done, and I got the last one on the back there. Now I got to put another one of these on here, but I got to find my glue. It's industrial strength glue that I need to stick it on there. I got to lay them flat, blah blah blah, to completely finish them up. At least I got one done. It's an absolute incredible pain to push the thong with the loop on this side and these loose ends through the back, through the holes on top, and try to push them through the holes because they're a little bit bigger than the holes, and then make the half hitch on the outside, and then try to tighten that up. I can't tighten it without ripping the leather. That's thick leather, but it'll rip easy enough, and you got holes maybe a 1/4 inch apart. But anyway, that one's done, and I'll show you about gluing these things when I find my glue, and I can stick a couple of them 1 1/4 inch ones on there. Okay. Okay, I got one of the 1 inch conchos there turned sideways. You know, one slot on top and one on the bottom, so I can use that to hold the hole that broke on the left side looking down at it. It ripped between the holes, so I had to put something in there to tighten the rope. Fixed, and that one turned out fine, but it's hard to tighten them things up real good without ripping the leather. It's very hard. Oh, where is it? I can't see it. I keep wanting to look at that one, and I keep looking at this one. You don't have through the lens reflex on this thing. But anyway, what it looks like from the back when you got them properly laced. Okay, hold it right towards, and hold it right towards the end of the lace there to wiggle it through the holes. Using that right angled seal punch just ain't cutting it. Okay, I got the conchos on the top, on the back, although they're a little closer together on this one, I think, but that's as good as I can get. It's a real pain trying to work these thongs through there. When the punch doesn't cut the plug out evenly, and it always sticks on one piece of material on one side, or I'm scraping around and cussing trying to get the hole cleared out. Where the thongs are a little bigger than the hole, which is good, so to help keep it waterproof. But yeah, that's although I think this one should have been back here. I might have miscounted. But that's it. Got hers done. I just got to find my glue to glue the concho on there. It's probably buried in that old dresser over there. Yikes. Okay. I had to put these are mine. I had to put, I can't get that finger where I can see. This is, I had to punch the holes and put this one in to make 3 like I did on my daughters, which I forgot to take pictures of when I finished them. You know, when I glue this one on. Mine are already dried, but anyway. There. Got all 3 conchos on there. And on the back. And I matched them up on the front. On here, the lid, I'm sorry. And for right here, I found some 7/8 inch standing buffalo, you know, the back of the Indian head nickel. He's like about the size of a silver dollar, but I don't know if they ever had a silver dollar Indian head like the nickel. If anybody knows that, I'd like to hear it. Anywho, tomorrow I'm supposed to get the standing buffalo ones in. I'll put in here, and kind of like my grandpa the chief chasing buffalo across the stars. Something like that. Like, you know, like a little, all 3 of them will wind up being like an anagram of for the happy hunting grounds, like that old game show we used to watch in the 60s and 70s where they used anagrams and stuff and you had to figure it out. And there's the other one over here. So now I wait for those to come in. I put the buffalo on, and these will officially be done. Oh boy, it's a lot of work getting holding a little tiny screw that's under 1/4 of an inch long through a hole from underneath here and then holding it on with this size screwdriver you get at the auto parts counter. They have them like a cup or something. I got a standard and a Phillips one here, and this is just the right size for the screws on these. But you got to hold the screw with that thing from underneath and then fold it closed and then screw this. I'll start this on there and then hold this in place, and like that while you're tightening the screw underneath. It's got a washer too, like I showed you guys already, so it won't leak or anything. And all of these, the holes are just small enough for that the size of the thong fits it really well and very tight. It's hard to push through. I had to give up using that right angled seal pick over there. Just use my fingers and force it. And several hours of cussing. You know how it is, guys. Okay, anyway, this one, I think this was the one that was crushed. They put them in a clear plastic bag and then in those white plastic shipping bags like Amazon and some of the other ones use. And you can see it's a little squished. I straightened it out as much as I could, but hanging it on the bike and filling them might work better. I don't know. Just thought y'all might want to look. But that'll be cool when I get the standing buffalo to go in the middle of these with Chief Red Cloud, who also stands in for my great-great-great-grandfather, an Apache chief. That's interesting. Okay, I got them done, but there's these pencil marks. I gotta use some cleaner to get that off before I put them on. But they are done. Through this mesh here. So I picked up this upholstery repair kit from Amazon, so I can use, it's like charcoal, it's like canvas thread, real heavy thread to use for fixing furniture and such. And it's got all the various little tools and stuff like that, and a really big thimble there. Got some big curved needles there, so I'll have to sew them on through the mesh, so it looks like, and I'll have that big American flag patch down here over the back protector. You can kind of feel it there when you touch it, but so it'd be shooting stars over Old Glory, basically. Same Tandy leather star conchos from Amazon. All the conchos came from Amazon, by the way. So next we're going to start sewing these conchos on across this strip of metal in the middle there, and you know, I don't know how many rounds of thread I'll have to use, but we'll see. Give you an idea what it's looking like there with these stripes over the shoulders. That's a Blaze, no, I mean Built brand Blaze 2 jacket The 3 only has the center stripe, the shorter center stripes on the sleeves. But you can still, it doesn't have the ones on the shoulders though. If you can find a blaze too to make one of these, like I did, it works. Okay, well, I'm having a little trouble with the outer mesh on the jacket and that silk satin, whatever, inner liner, keeping everything lined up, you know, internally and externally, so I can sew through the material in the right place with those conchos and upholstery thread and all that. I am going to have to work on that later. I'm having problems with that. If I could find some way to pin it down straight on the inside, doesn't ravel up or anything like that. That's the problem I'm having. So I'll come back to the jacket. Okay, I'm going to put the saddlebags on, and that dang stud that the sissy bar and the tab on the rear seat mount on, it just covers that up. So, and it's got eyelets in it where you put that, you lace them together under the seat, blah blah blah. And I had to put 2 of those eyelets over that stud and hammer the. You go to fold the sissy bar and everything assembly up like this to get the, you know, so you can pull the seat out, rear seat out, and put the straps under it and all that stuff. There's not enough stud. The stud's not long enough. So now I got to cut holes in the material itself where there's no eyelet or piping or anything like that to make it sit low enough to put the tab on the rear seat in there, then the sissy bar one, and then get the acorn nut on top of all of that. So they're going to be sticking back a little further than I expected, besides having to snug them up a little so they're straight on top, because you got that framework that goes on the side plates on the sissy bar to keep the saddlebags out of the spokes, chain, and all that stuff. So I got to monkey around with that a little bit. Okay, I got them mounted on there, but the straps have to go over where that stud's sticking up through the tab there, so I gotta figure out something else to get these to sit down further, because it won't let the bar there on the side sit down right. Okay, here's a look at one of these holes over here. I put them both over that and put it on there, but by the time I slide the tab for the rear seat over this stud and then put this back on top, I won't have any thread left. So these eyelets make too much height under here, so I gotta move them around and cut a hole. You can see these should be like down here. I don't know why the heck. Have to do some more customizing to get these things to fit right. Because I can't move this dumb thing. What I was thinking is right here, this thing, there's not enough cable. I can't figure out how to unplug the wire. I don't know. To get this to sit down, the strap, this will push down on the strap and pull this up straight. That's basically what I was getting at. So I gotta do some more figuring. Let's think about this. I got hollow punches, but the kids use stuff over the years. They either keep it or don't put it away where they found it, and now I can't find them when I need them. Those were like 14 bucks at the Pluck It Up Yourself store. So we gotta figure something out here.